We're back, everybody.
Hey, everybody, welcome back.
Howdy.
We are coming up with so Brian runs has a class online that he's been teaching, and it is fantasy world building.
Yeah, it was through the Gage Academy. It's been canceled due to tech problems that I had.
Oh no!
But it was going for and once all this nonsense, this deadly spore stuff calms down, I'll be back at the Gage Art Academy teaching this class. So if you're in Seattle, and maybe we'll film some things and put them online.
That'd be great.
But it's a sci-fi and fantasy world building class, and you come up with ideas, and then I help the students come up with these ideas and then draw and render them. And because I have to do it in front of everybody to prove that I'm actually a qualified teacher, I do this stuff too. And one of the things I came up with was what I called the Great Elven Library. And Ben, why don't you show people the sketches? And these are kind of just rough drawings. We may just keep it this way, or we may do a painting of it. I'm not sure yet.
So this is an interesting. Is this a marker?
Yeah, it's in marker. We've never shown marker drawings before.
Yeah,
this is new.
I don't have any of them.
And my idea was that characters. This would be another reward treasure, similar to the Wizard Lab.
Yeah.
Where you go in, you find something interesting, and every character would be able, if they searched long and hard enough, would be able to find some kind of book that would enhance them.
Yeah.
A fighter would find a book on maybe secret sword fighting techniques, or how to wield two weapons at the same time, or get in a second attack. A cleric would find maybe a wisdom enhancement thing, or a spell thing, and same thing with wizards. Rogue characters would find secret lock-picking techniques for how to hide in shadows better, or something.
Yeah.
And I thought this would be an interesting idea.
I like the idea of being able to learn skills or improve your abilities through books.
Because that's almost never discussed sometimes.
Yeah, it just seems like, I guess you do learn through experience, but yeah, you just read a book on this stuff and it increases your knowledge of nature by 2 or whatever for the purposes of this one specific thing, right? You can give out very specific stat increases if you wanted to along those lines, right? Like, the flora of this particular region now, so if that comes up in question, you actually know about that.
Yeah, you got it all down.
I know the star charts from the southern hemisphere, and it might not ever come up, but at some point, like 3 sessions later, you're going to be like, well, actually, I read that book about this.
Yeah.
Or they could bring the book with them, right? Like if there's a book on like poisonous plants of this region, right? You bring it with you and you...
Yeah, you know which plants are poisonous and which ones aren't, and which ones maybe even cures.
Yeah, or food or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be a helpful thing to have. So
absolutely.
There's some really cool book stuff you could put in here. Are you picturing this as like... I guess, are you picturing this as the Library of Alexandria 2,000 years ago, or are you picturing it as the Library of Alexandria today? Is it a ruin, or is it...
I don't know yet. Or it could be an old wizard-type guy, maybe that the characters rescue, and he takes them back to his house and feeds them, and then he rewards them by letting them pick out a book. Could be something as simple as that.
Yeah.
My idea was, for this particular picture, this was going to be an old gray elf that lived up on this little castle-type thing, and he's just up there writing all of his crazy stuff. And when the characters visit him, he imparts different knowledge or wisdom upon them, depending on, and he sends them out on little missions to get stuff for him.
Oh,
and
that's kind of cool. So
you go out and bring this thing that I know where it is, but I don't have the muscles anymore because I'm only 1,700 years old, and I can't really do that stuff that you young kids can do.
Yeah.
So you go get it, and he's like, oh, okay, well, here's this cool book that you get, and you read, hey, this is a cool treasure. So that was kind of my original idea. And of course, Dungeon Masters come up with all sorts of different ideas of how this library would fit in to their campaign.
Yeah, I love the idea of the gray elf and you up there, and yeah, he just needs you to collect some stuff for him.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, he can reward you with knowledge, which is what he has more than anything
They're
else.
like little mini missions, you know? They could be a quick, you could do 2 or 3 of them in one day.
Yeah.
You know, or one big one where they got to go fight something really bad and get this big thing that he's going to make some contraption of or whatever.
Yeah, and he doesn't warn the party what they're getting into. He's
Yes.
like, oh, you gotta go get it. This guy used to be a friend of mine, but like now he's got it, and you gotta go get it from him.
Yeah.
And the dude's just like a giant, like beefy wizard dude, just like blasting fireballs at you.
We're not sending them to their doom. Well, maybe.
I like this guy just being so distracted that he wouldn't like wouldn't let you know what you're in for.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe give you a little clue.
Yeah, but that's interesting, right? Like instead of money as your reward or an item, you get knowledge because that's what this guy has in his tower.
You can increase something, and that's something I don't think is done enough.
Yeah,
and it gives you something different to do, instead of hoarding treasure, which there's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Yeah, but like it's a power you can take with you that you don't have to have an inventory slot for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's a little book or a booklet or something like that. You can carry it around, or you read it once and you have the knowledge, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome. We think you guys are going to have fun with this one too.
Yeah.
And we're going to see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.